So, good morning. This morning, I guess, in a way, I'm asking for help because, first of all, I want to say it's maybe been in the last 3 years when I even discovered YouTube. Didn't know anything about it. And where we lived before, I had a computer, but I used it mainly to write on. And then here I discovered a whole new world of stuff. But I want to thank you, Michelle, for sending me the kefir grains, and I was so excited. But I have a confession to make. When they came, I was so excited to make it that I just opened it up, and I sort of forgot that you'd send me instructions. So I just thought, well, I've been putting the powdered culture, and just adding milk to it. So, and I thought, wow, she sent me a lot of them. So I put about half of them in a jar and poured milk in it. And then I thought, you know, I don't think that's right, because when I remember using kefir grains before, I had to do some other stuff. And then I remembered, oh, she sent me the attachment. And so finally, I went in, printed it off. Well, fortunately, also, I had taken the other grains that I hadn't used because she gave me so many, and I just filled a jar up halfway. And then when I discovered what I'd done, well, I just strained off what I'd done and put it all where it says the first batch is 2 cups of milk, let it sit 24 hours and strain. And always start over with a clean jar. And so finally, I got to a batch, and I've had kefir. I love it. I love the tang of it. But when I was using the powdered culture, it was thicker, and what do I want to say? It had more texture and was clunkier. And I found out when I strain it through the nylon strainers, and I got 3 different sizes. This is the smallest. I'll show you. And I don't know what I'll use the big one for, but here they are. And it's this one I mainly use. Maybe I'll do that. And but this is what, when you strain it, it makes a more smooth texture, and it's not that clunky texture that I sort of like the most. And I remember when I made it before, years ago, when I had goats, no YouTube, no one to tell me the right way to do things, and I definitely didn't have nylon sieves, and I can't even remember sieving it out. So I got on to the internet, and yes, you can eat those grains. In fact, they make cheese out of them, and you can spread them on crackers and bread and whatnot and eat them. And then I got to thinking, they've been making kefir for thousands of years. They didn't have nylon strainers. They didn't have, oh, it's still got its tag on it. They didn't have strainers. And how did they do it? And so, and this is what I sort of remember what I would do. I'd go out and milk, I'd have fresh milk, and I just pour in some of the old kefir into my milk, and then I'd have kefir again, and it just went on and on. So what I'd like to try today, and you can tell me I'm all wrong, I'd like to I was going to use a bowl, but I don't think I'll even do that. Maybe I will. No, I'm not. I'm going to pour about half or more, because now if you could see down in here, it's just full of grains. Really nice. So I'm going to pour most of it in there, and it's just going clunk, clunk. I don't know if you can hear it or see it. You know, maybe I'm going to pour the whole thing in. So I have gobs in here. And then I'm going to pour more in. And instead of straining it off, I'm just going to eat some off. And I've been sort of doing that, and what I noticed is there'll be some big clumps. Well, I just put those back in, and I realized, yes, it is a spoon, and you're not supposed to use metal. I wonder if a silver spoon, because that's what these are, makes any difference. And I'll tell you, I have silver spoons, I have silverware. Nothing matches. It's like the rest of my house. I all bought them when they were on sale. But the reason I bought them, and I don't have very many, but enough for Tom and I to eat on. Every time that you eat, whatever utensil or flatware you're eating with, you're ingesting some of that metal. Well, silver is much healthier to ingest than some of the other metals, so that's why I have it. Okay, I'm putting this in here, and I'm going to take my plastic little mixing thing, and I'm going to sort of mix it up, and I hope this works, because, okay, but it has been, and I'm going to let this set, and now I don't have to let it set, and I don't have a, oh, I don't like that, I don't have, I've got metal lids. I don't have plastic lids that fit this. This doesn't fit really tight, but I know that, so I'm not picking it up by the lid. But if you're not supposed to use metal with it, I don't want a metal lid on it. So I'm going to put that where it's warmer and do that. So let me know if you think this will work and I can keep my kefir grains going, that I'm not straining it into that consistent, just smooth consistency. So let me know that. And then I got out my small crock pot, and I'm going to try also to make some yogurt. I'm going to see if I can move that over there. I don't know if you can see it. And it's funny because when I thought I was milk intolerant, which I was very sensitive to it, had a lot of trouble, even after we got here and we started using, it's not raw milk, but it's not homogenized. I still had some trouble with it, and then all of a sudden, but I kept trying. Even at my worst, I couldn't eat yogurt. At my worst, the only way, even the goat yogurt sometimes bothered me. And but I kept trying, and each time I would notice, okay, I'm handling it a little bit better. And now, for some reason, I can do it. And when you've gone so many years without it, it's just been fun to eat kefir and yogurt. I don't drink the milk straight. I'm a little leery of that yet. But I just love it. And cheese. And I found out a really good place that I can order cheese. It comes from, I think, Minnesota or somewhere. And it's made from raw milk. And it has no dyes in it. And it's just good. And so I really enjoy the cheese, the kefir, the yogurt. And just gone overboard on it. So anyway, I think I was going to show you a little bit on my yogurt, but I'm going to do it first, and then if it works, maybe I'll do that too. But let me know what you think about what I've done, and if I'm going to be able to keep my grains alive that way. So have a good day, and just have a good week.